I've always felt like it's easier to book directly with the source. But some people, like my parents, Mom, I hope you're watching, book through online travel agencies like Expedia. In fact, I don't think my parents, whether it's booking a trip to come see me at my home in San Francisco or booking their own vacation, have ever booked a trip without using Expedia. And it's not just Expedia. There are plenty of other online travel agencies like Orbitz and Priceline. While they're not exactly the same and they all have their own nuances, they operate fairly similarly. They allow you to bundle all your parts of your trip, whether it's the flight and the hotel, all together, and they tend to promote a lot of deals. So I wanted to dig into these programs. Are my parents knowing something that I don't? Am I missing something when I book travel directly with the source? I dug into sites like Expedia to find out what's a deal and to find out if they actually offer good deals. So of course, I know you want to know about the deals, and I love me some good travel savings. Expedia does offer some good savings opportunities. There's the deals page, and then there's the last minute deals page. These are great sites to have bookmarked on your browser, so that way you can check in and see if there's anything that jumps out that you might want to book. These pages tend to have all sorts of discounts. You can get discounts on a 5-star resort on the beach, or you might find a discount on a funky roadside motel. I found deals as high as 70% off. Additionally, there are some recurring discount days. For example, in June 2021, Expedia hosted its first ever Expedia Travel Week, which offered savings of up to 60% off. And if you shopped during Thanksgiving week of 2021, you would have found deals of 30% off throughout Black Friday and into Cyber Monday. I expect similar sorts of discounts this year. A major component of booking through Expedia is the art of bundling. Bundling is where you might book your hotel and your airfare together, maybe your airfare, your rental car together, or all three of those things together. When you book your reservations all together in a bundle, Expedia claims that this can save about 10% off booking these items alone. Another thing that you can do when booking through Expedia is buy now, pay later. This is something where you do exactly that. You book your trip now, you pay a small piece of it now, and then you pay the rest of it in installments as they come. Expedia partners with Affirm, which is one of many buy now, pay later sites. You might have seen Affirm on a site when you're shopping for shoes or clothes, but yes, Affirm actually works with Expedia, so you can use it to buy your travel now and pay for it in installments. You'll have to get approved and you'll have to make your first installment up front, and then you pay the rest as they come. But I do caution you, with Affirm, you have to keep making those installments. And with travel, it's not like shoes where you can return them, and travel can be tough to cancel. So you might be on the hook with payments that you still have to make to Affirm on travel that you're not actually taking. Another note with Affirm is that you'd really want to book travel that you truly know you can pay for. You don't want to be paying for installments. So while this can be certainly useful for something like visiting a sick relative and having that emergency travel, I really actually wouldn't recommend this. Look, Expedia has a lot of great deals. I really do love bookmarking the deals page, and on Friday afternoon when I'm kind of bored and trying to get out of doing work, sometimes I browse those deal pages. But I do want to say, that's not to say there aren't other deals elsewhere. Often, regular hotel brands and airlines have their own deals, so you should check their websites as well. Sometimes I'll go on, say, the Hilton website, and they'll be offering a deal when you book directly through them. It might be a straight discount, or it might be something like book 3 nights and get your 4th night free. One of my favorite hotel chains offers an amazing deal where it's not actually a discount, but when you book with them, you actually get free breakfast, free laundry, free happy hour. That hotel is called the Avolo hotel chain, and it's something that they do to, I think, encourage you to book directly with them. When you book through an online travel agency, these hotels typically have to pay a commission to something like Expedia, so I suspect that they're actually just passing on those savings to you in the form of free pancakes. Especially since the COVID-19 pandemic, having travel insurance is almost imperative these days. I'm not gonna go into the benefits of why I like travel insurance, why I think you need it, as I've actually got a completely separate YouTube video on that, and you should definitely check it out. But assuming that you do want travel insurance, Expedia makes it easy to get. Expedia partners with the travel insurance provider AIG Travel Guard, which allows you to purchase travel insurance right when you're booking the rest of your travels. You book your airfare, your hotel, your rental car, and then you can just add on your travel insurance right there. Having it all in one place makes it really easy. That said, I'm not gonna say that Expedia's travel insurance offerings are the best. They can be the best in some scenarios, but I actually do encourage you to shop around. NerdWallet actually has travel insurance comparison tools on its website. You can compare rates and you can also compare coverage. You might wanna be covered for something like baggage delays or maybe not if you don't check bags. So you can actually use that tool to see what's covered and ensure that it covers enough of your trip that you need. Another thing to note is that you might not actually have to pay for travel insurance at all. A lot of credit cards offer travel insurance as a benefit for holding that card. Typically, you'll have to have paid for the trip with that card, but many of these cards, and they do have high annual fees, I will warn you, but the annual fee can certainly be worth it because when you pay for the trip with that card, it's typically also covered by travel insurance. Now, travel insurance kicks in if you need to cancel your trip. So let's talk about cancellation policies. I'm just gonna be frank. Expedia travel cancellation policies are bad, they're confusing, and typically they're both. Here's why. When you book through Expedia, the cancellation policy typically isn't actually set by Expedia, but it's set by the travel provider itself. So if you're booking a sailboat tour, the cancellation policy is actually set by this sailboat company. And one sailboat company might have a super strict cancellation policy, while another's might actually be really flexible. It can be tough to navigate and know what that cancellation policy is. Now, Expedia does have a filter where you can only allow it to show sites with flexible cancellation policies. I definitely recommend that you only search for travel with that filter on if there's a chance that your trip's gonna fall through. But even still, I found that cancellations with Expedia are tough for another reason, because of that middleman that I talked about earlier. If you decide to cancel that sailboat tour, you don't just go directly to the sailboat company, you have to go through Expedia and they contact the sailboat company. Now, that's just a middleman that you have to go through, but there's also the time element. A lot of these companies say there's a 72-hour cancellation window. What if you decide not to go at, say, 74 hours out? That means that you have now 2 hours to get in contact with Expedia, hope that they get in contact with the company, and to ensure that your cancellation actually goes through. I'd prefer to just, call the hotel directly, cancel my reservation, confirm it's gone through, and reduce that anxiety. And if you're eligible for a refund, it likely won't be instant. Expedia says it needs 24 hours to process your refund, and then it's another 7 days for it to post. Depending on the service and when you cancel, you might also be on the hook for cancellation fees. Some bookings through Expedia are non-refundable altogether. Now, I know a lot of you travel nerds are all about the loyalty rewards programs. I certainly am. And while Expedia does have a loyalty program, I'm gonna be frank, it's definitely not the best. It's certainly okay, but I will say the highest tier of travel loyalty rewards in an individual travel program like a hotel or airline is always going to be better than the highest tier of Expedia's loyalty program. If you have the highest tier of elite status in, say, Hilton, you're going to get perks like free breakfast, room upgrades, lounge access, and you're not necessarily going to get those same perks when you have the highest tier of Expedia elite status. But for commitment folks, Expedia elite status can actually be pretty good. So, who should actually pursue Expedia elite status? I would say if you're someone who prefers to just book the cheapest travel, or you're traveling all over the place, maybe one day you're staying in a hotel, but another day you might be staying in, say, a vacation rental, maybe you actually pursue Expedia Rewards, as you can collect rewards for all those different types of travels, no matter the company you book with. But if you're someone who's always staying at the same hotel, maybe you're a worker who goes to travel at your company's headquarters for a week every quarter, and that company is located right next to a Hilton, I would actually recommend you just pursue Hilton Elite status and book directly with them. Expedia, as well as other online travel agencies like Priceline and Orbitz, can be a great way to book your travel in one-stop shop. You can book your airfare, your hotels, your theme park tickets, all in one place. And what's really nice about Expedia is you can read the reviews from actual travelers who've stayed there. You can see real photos, not just the hotel marketing photos that look super nice, but actual reviews and photos to get a good idea of what you are booking. There are plenty of deals to be had. You can add on that travel insurance. And for someone who likes to simplify their travels, I found that Expedia makes a good one-stop shop to do it. That said, Expedia certainly has its pitfalls, especially when it comes to cancellation policies. I found that Expedia, in the event I need to cancel my trip, can turn out to be a big headache. Definitely don't discount Expedia, as there are plenty of discounts to be had, but I also encourage you to look elsewhere and consider booking travel directly with the source. I'm Sally French, a travel writer at NerdWallet. You know those Ovolo hotels I talked about earlier? Well, my favorite property is Woolloomooloo in Sydney, and this is completely unconfirmed, but rumor has it that Russell Crowe actually lives there. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.